Progress Test 1. The Where questions.
Where is the nearest bathroom? Where do you live? Where is the bus stop? Where can I find a taxi? Where is the elevator? Where are you from? Where is the exit? Where did you park the car? Where is the nearest ATM? Where is the manager's office? Where do you like to eat? Where would you like to sit? Where do you like to go on vacation? Where do you like to study? Where do you like to shop for clothes? Where would you like to go tonight? Where does she like to run? Where do you like to spend your weekends? Where would you like to move someday? Where do you like to take photos? Where do you want to go for lunch? Where do you need to go right now? Where do you want to meet? Where do you need me to sign? Where do you want to put this box? Where do you want to travel next year? Where do you need to drop off these papers? Where do you want to hang this picture? Where do we need to check in? Where do you want to celebrate your birthday? Where do you work? Where is the meeting being held? Where can I leave my coat? Where did you go to university? Where do I apply for this job? Where is the printer paper kept? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Where are the files for the Smith project? Where should I send the invoice? Where do we go for the orientation? Where are my keys? Where do you keep the extra towels? Where did you put the remote? Where is the trash can? Where do you buy your groceries? Where did you get that lamp? Where do you want to order dinner from? Where should I put my shoes? Where is the light switch? Where do you want to go for a walk? Where is your passport? Where are we staying in London? Where do I get a ticket? Where is the boarding gate? Where did you go on your last trip? Where can I rent a car? Where does this train go? Where is the baggage claim? Where do I change money? Where are the best tourist spots? Where should we meet for coffee? Where is the menu? Where did you hear that news? And where is a good place for a first date? Where do people go for drinks around here? Where can I wash my hands? Where did everyone go? Where do you want to sit, inside or outside? Where can I find the salt? Where is the nearest bakery? Where did you hide the presents? Where does this road lead? Where is the pain exactly? Where did I leave my phone? Where is the battery compartment? Where did you learn to speak English? Where can I park for free? Where is the charger? Where do you get your hair cut? Where is the leak coming from? Where can I try this on? Where is the checkout line? Where do I return this item? Where are the cleaning supplies? Where can I find a pharmacy? Where is the price tag? Where do you sell umbrellas? Where can I get my shoes repaired? Where is the post office? Where do I pay for parking? Where should we start? Where does the story take place? Where did the idea come from? Where do you want to be in life? Where should I put my focus? Where does the time go? Where can I get more information? Where are we in the process? Where do you stand on this issue? Where do we go from here?